Good morning. I'm taking advantage of my 3 cats being asleep and my husband being asleep to do a quick little scrap busting journal. Oh, and no sooner do I say they're asleep than Daisy has just appeared. Oh, I hope she's not going to be a pain. Anyway, so these are just some simple clusters that I've been working on. They're very simple to compose, and as you can see, they use scrap because that's the way I roll at the moment, trying to bust my scrap. So to make them, you just need an old book page. You need some scraps of lace. You need some coloured scraps. I've just got this one because that's the one I'm going to work with next. And this is old tea-dyed paper. And I've just basically used one of my silicone stamps and just stamped that on. As you can see, I've done a cone there, egg on there. So there's a bit of a autumnal theme going on, even though we're, pretty much in the spring at the moment. So all you need to do is take one. You will need some glue, but it's just basically to secure something for when you're sewing it. Did I have my glue prepped and ready? No, I did not. Yay me. So yeah, just a little bit of glue down one side, like that. And I'm going to do, I think I'm going to use this one. Because it's wider, I'm going to put that on the bottom. So as you can see, I put the wide piece under the paper there. But here, because I was using a thinner strip of lace, I wanted to go on top of the paper. So that to go there on that side. And a little bit here just to secure this. And because of how I'm doing it, I'm going straight to the edge for the sewing. But if you were to do this and you decided you just wanted to sew across or whatever, that would be totally fine. Now this is a piece of, it's kind of plasticky, it's from packaging. And I tend to keep bits of these around, especially when I'm like poking holes in signatures. It's really, really useful to have these kind of things. So I've got a needle. I've already threaded it because I knew if I tried to thread it on camera, it would take forever. So what I've done is, let's make sure these are all lined up. You don't have to use a ruler. I tend to because that's the best way for me to make sure I do something neatly. And I'm just doing regular holes here so that I've got something easy to thread my needle and thread through. And I've started on the outside of this final piece, just so I know that it's all gathered up. This is when it's all going to start to come apart. Oh, and as you can see, it didn't end up being as straight. It's a wee bit wonky. Oh well, such is life. And I've just got a couple of strands here of embroidery style thread, because I find that's fine. If you want to use a finer thread, that's great. I'm literally just doing a really simple stitch here, literally just going in and out. This is the kind of thing you could do in front of the TV. If you're having one of those evenings where you don't have the effort or energy to be working on something really big and impressive, but you would like to build up your little like ephemera stores and little bits and pieces. Or perhaps you're doing something on colour theme, and this is a good way of using up specifically coloured scraps. I'm just using a standard, I think it's a cross stitch needle. Yeah, so it's quite a wide eye. And it's very easy to use, and because I've already poked the holes, it's much easier to go through, and that's what I'd recommend if you're going to be sewing through this kind of paper, because there's a couple of layers to it as well. Always try and poke the holes first, because you're less likely to damage or pierce things as you would be if you literally just were trying to sew from scratch. My experience anyway, your experience may be different. And so there you go, that's that done. You could obviously stick these down at the back if you wanted to, or you could just leave them loose to hang out of your junk journal, depending on where you want it to go. You could put plain paper here so you'd have a little writing space, your choice. I'm already going to use one of the ones I've made and pop it in. This is my third journal, personal journal that I'm working on, and I think I'll just pop one there, and I will be having the strands just popping over there. Don't know if I'm going to ink the edges or not, but it's just you've got the reds and the yellows which are going to pick up on the other page. So there you go, a nice little quick tutorial there on using up some scrap and making some really pretty clusters for your journals.